Peace and blessings to the chosen Shalom. First and foremost, all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, the honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone. Salutations to the Hakim, pushing his truth, sincerity, and charity indeed. My brother Yalad, and as you can see by the intro image, or the thumbnail, or even the beginning picture here, it says, bro, if you just hustle more, you can be bound by these gold chains instead. So this is the mentality of keeping up with the Joneses. And I want to coin or title this, Who Are the Joneses? In a rhetorical sense, not a literal question, but it's a question, but it's rhetorical. Like, why do we need to know who the Joneses are? So I'm going to tell you straight up who the Joneses are. From my research, this could also not be the thing, but it's from a comic strip in 1913. It says a fictional neighbor. Reference from the famous phrase, keeping up with the Joneses. Now, there are other things. I believe there's a film about keeping up with the Joneses. There's the comic strip here, and then there's I think it's maybe another article, or it's a newspaper comic strip. But it just over time originated, and I tried to find something in the etymology for it. But what I found was it says the slang sense, intense desire, addiction. And that's essentially what you become when you chase the keeping up with the Joneses. So we're gonna talk about who the Joneses are, and why not to be like them. But we won't get some precepts. Luke 8:14, and they which fell among thorns are they which have heard and go forth and are choked with the cares and riches and the pleasures of this life and bring no fruit to perfection. So that's what you chase after when you keep up with the Joneses. Luke 21:33, heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away. And take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting. Surfeiting is the consumption and over access, overeating, It says, in the cares of this life and drunkenness, and so that day come upon you unawares. Right? So this is a thing that's not good for your health. And I'll go into that too. 1 Timothy 6:6, but godliness with contentment is great gain, for we brought nothing into this world, it is certain we can carry nothing out. And having food and raiment, let us be therewith content. But they that would be rich fall into temptation and snare, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts, which drown men in destruction and perdition. And for the love of money is the root of all evil, for while which some coveted after, they have erred from the faith, and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. So you pierce yourself through with sorrows. I believe it's one scripture that talks about how a rich man loses sleep because he's so worried about his riches, right? We have to have the mentality of what Sirach, also known as Ecclesiastes 26:4, whether a man be rich or poor, if he have a good heart to the Lord, he shall all times rejoice with a cheerful countenance. What about having that countenance to the Lord? What about having grace and thankfulness to the Lord? What about giving the Lord his due diligence and his due sacrifice, and then doing ourselves good? What about these things that actually matter and come first? For the whole duty of man is to what? Serve the Lord. So when you serve yourself or serve your desires and fall into lust, it becomes a thing of you either serving yourself or you serving the Joneses. Yeah. As you idolizing the Joneses. You want to be like unto the Joneses. And that mentality is going to get you destroyed. And I'm going to go into that health, how it destroys your health. But Proverbs 30:7, two things I require of thee, deny me them not before I die. Remove far from me vanity and lies. Give me neither poverty nor riches. Feed me with food convenient for me, lest I be full and deny thee and say, who is the Lord Yahweh? Or lest I be poor and steal and take the name of my God in vain. So these are also things that should be in our daily prayer, And when you pray in When you pray in the Father's prayer, this is included in the Father's prayer. Like, everything is really included in the Father's prayer too. Like everything, the blessing, the curses is asking the Lord to come back sooner, cursing the enemies. You asking for forgiveness, and that you also forgive for wrongfulness, and then you giving them praises. And the point being is, when you ask for your daily bread, what is your daily bread? Everything that nourishes you, and your needs, the clothes on your back, the roof over your head, the bread and the water in your belly, and just your health and things that you need, your coins, some money in your pocket or your bank, you know. These are your daily bread, the things that you need. So being content with that is godliness is with great with contentment, as we went over the First Timothy 6:6. So we want to start to talk about the health, because when you keep up with the Joneses, I want to also talk about the Joneses too. But Sirach 33:19, give not thy son and wife, thy brother and friend, power over thee while thou livest. So you giving them power, you giving them credence, you giving them acknowledgement. I want to be like the Joneses. I want to keep up with the Joneses. I gotta have the new everything. You don't have to have the new everything. You can have something new. You could do something good for yourself. But guess what that puts you into? A state of complete exhaustion, deprivation, and destruction. You gotta have everything new. The newest PS5, the newest Xbox, the newest Jordan shoes, the newest iPhone, the newest iPad, the newest iWatch, the newest car, the newest update on this and that. And you will hurt yourself and pierce yourself with so much lust of this world, the lust and the pride of life. Did that come out? Did that come out? The pride of life? I gotta check and make sure that come out. 1 John 2:15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. Why? Because you love the Joneses. You worship the Joneses. You don't worship the Father. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life is not of the Father, but of the world. That's the Joneses. Now you trying to keep up with the Joneses, guess what you doing? You putting yourself in some kind of, you either worshiping them or you putting yourself in a lane with them. You competing with them and saying that you liking yourself equals with them. But do you really want to liken yourself as equals with the Joneses family? Because what I'm thinking about, when the Joneses come to mind, they have all this access. It's their lot to. In fact, it's their blessing to. On this side, it's their lot. It's the Lord allowed them to be that and play that character in this existence. But guess what? They have all that access because their house is wicked. Let me tell you about the Joneses. Mr. Jones, the father of the house, he likes to get cucked and pegged. He liked to watch his wife with another man. And Mrs. Jones, well, you know, me and Mrs. Jones, yeah, she's an adulteress, right? The son Jones, you know, the one your child trying to be like. But Dad, the Joneses always go to the trip. The Joneses always go to Wisconsin Dells every other month. Oh, the Joneses always go to Six Flags. I want to be like that child is a demon. He never been told no all his years of his little existence. So now he's spoiled and he become a brat. He's evil and he wicked. The type of child Deuteronomy say need to be stoned to death in front of the elders of the city. Okay, the type of child that becomes a freaking serial unaliver, a serial killer, or some kind of a mass shooter or something. Fuck you, Mom. I'm gonna do what I want to do. Fuck you, Dad. That's excuse my American, but that's the type of the Joneses' son that's getting raised up. Okay, it's either that or he's a F word, F bomb. He like other boys, right? That's the Joneses' son. Let me tell you about the Joneses' daughter too. The Joneses' daughter, she on OnlyFans. She's a whore. So you want to be like the Joneses, right? You want to be like them? You competing with them? You making yourself equal to them? Because you can't win. You can't beat them. You can't beat the Joneses. They the Joneses. This they lot. This they game. You want to be If you competing with them, you making yourself equal with them, and you can never beat them. That mean they better than you. That mean you acknowledging that they better than you, because you competing with them. You can't never beat the Joneses. You can't. It's they lot. It's their game. So so I just gave you the breakdown of that. You can't win that. You can't. You can't. Now, if you do, that's just your consolidation. You one of the Joneses, basically. But more likely, the Joneses can't be beat. So Proverbs 4:23, keep thy heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life. And yet that heart is the mind, the lob, in the Hebrew. This is where the problems come. That is poor for your mental health, man. And if your mental health deteriorates, guess what? The rest of your health going to deteriorate with it. Your body going to be afflicted, right? Hormones going to be out of order. You're going to have emotional outbursts, road raging with people and get into it for unnecessary reasons. Sirach 30:15, health and good estate of the body are above all gold, and a strong body above infinite wealth. There's no riches above a sound body, no joy above the heart, above the joy of the heart. And death is better than a bitter life or continued sickness. So that's a bitter life, keeping up with the Joneses. That's what you want to do. You want to spend your energy keeping up with this wicked family, the Joneses family. You want to keep up? No. Skip down. 21. Give not over thy mind to heaviness, and afflict not thyself in thine own counsel. Stop thinking about what the Joneses got going on. Who are the Joneses? Who are they? They're not important. They're irrelevant. Right? The gladness of the heart is the life of a man. The joyfulness of a man prolonging his days. Yeah. All that stress you putting on your mind, that's taking years off your calendar life. That's taking years off your life, man. Look, trust me. Stress kills. Stress kills. 23. Love thine own soul. Comfort thy heart. Remove sorrow far from thee. For sorrow had killed many. There's no profit therein. That's it. Signing out. Shalom.